hole in the smoke on that peak. But he wasn't able to get that utility out of them. Now they set up for the apps drop. Boomic going to smoke off Moto and flash these apartments players into the site. Now they've got to get in. And Magisk, first point of resistance. He has absolutely destroyed Na'Vi. All three from the apartments down and out for the count. And that now leaves Boomic and Simple in the 2v4.
Ooh.
Simple, deep within CT. Zip doesn't know. Simple. Oh, they might have been silencing him all first half, but he's come in with a knife kill onto Zipnix. Now, out through long. Is he ready for Glaive in the library? Yes, he is. Simple with the double, but it's all onto Boomic, who had a very, very quiet first half, trying to step it up in the pistol, but he can't go toe-to-toe with Device.
Man, Astralis, they 2-on-5 their T-side pistol. Na'Vi almost do the same. Simple cutting off both B rotations, but with that bomb loose, with Magisk in the pit, Device in the site, Astralis, they take it. That's what a play from Simple, man. What a way to get yourself back in as well, right? Just that reminder to Astralis. Remember who you're up against. And Boomic, sad story for him to be left in the one-on-one and not being able to convert. It's only going to dig that hole deeper. 11-5. Na'Vi don't want to force. They want that gun round soon. And so Deagles for now as Astralis run the show. Triple B early. Util goes down and Device goes out, rotating back to the long side. Astralis a lot more banana control already in this round than Na'Vi really ever showed on that CT side. They were fine to give it away. Astralis flexing that pressure, but not for long. As the smoke start to fade, they give it up. And a bit of a gamble rotate off as well. Glaive is moving in on Moto, running as well. Bomb is still back down mid, so at any point, Na'Vi, despite them having 4 up mid, they can go back, they can go for a late B take. You know Glaive is going to be ready for the rotate, if so, with 2 players spotting the arch side, and that is the cool. Na'Vi walking back down middle. Boomic just playing the bait here. They're going to be able to try and trade it with a Deegs. Simple looking for a pick of his own. But Magisk is lining up a nade that could be very, very painful. Simple backs out in time, and it's just Na'Vi getting rid of as much utility as they can from this Astralis roster. Still only 1 B player right now. Glaive has that smoke ready, but he's going to need to put up one hell of a hold when Na'Vi come his way. Tick-tock.
Yeah, they're leaving it late, right? We've already seen how that can work against you. Glaive boosting Zip up. And they've already checked the boost. He's up here a little bit sooner. Oh, Zip and Glaive with the SMGs. Surely not. That looked like it was going to be a bomb plant for Na'Vi, but they navigate it so damn well. You know, even with that utility going in towards CT, a lot of damage getting done to the 2 of them. The quick boost, and the beauty about doing it late as well is those first players in have already checked the boost. They're like, nah, mate, boost's clear. You're good to go, Boomic. Just run in and get the bomb down, you lovable guy. Well, look at him. Poor old Boomic, man. You thought the first shot getting fired off from Zip might have given up the aim of the game, but no one looked aware. And in fact, the only guy who was close enough to actually deal with it was Simple, but he'd already pushed into the CT smoke. And so, yeah, you know, it's only up against pistols, but that looked like a round where you were destined to get a bomb plant if you're Na'Vi. Well, you didn't. And so now this buy, Simple's got the AWP, which is great, and that comes off the back of his knife. Electronic has the AK as well, but other than that, mate, it's 3 Galils, and that's a bit gross.
Yeah, Perfecto's so desperate for info as well. They double molly down B and mid. He smokes the mid side to peek Banana, but in doing so, cuts Na'Vi out of the mid control. They do get it eventually as that fade comes in, and it's not like Astralis were exploiting much. They're still running a bonus round with mainly SMGs. They're waiting for Na'Vi to commit, and they've made the read already. Device on a bit of a rotate, a run through the spawn. As Na'Vi line up this utility, it's not looking like they're going to commit right off the bat with 2 players still fighting in ult. But that will certainly gift them something. Glaive going aggressive. Boomic finds him. Zip as well, caught in the open. And Boomic, a bit of a recovery here as he doubles up. Device is the 3rd man in the site, and they know now that he's alone. Will they try and take him down before the rotate comes in? There's no smoke in the spawn. That gives open room for Magisk, but Device holding strong. Can't follow up with a deagle, only a tag. The nade is great, as Astralis is often are, but they have to concede the site, and maybe with that, the round.
right, Na'Vi. On to 6. Still a little ways away from getting us all believing, but it's nice to see Boomich finding some impact, trying to get himself out of that rut. I do think he's going to have an easier time of doing that on this T side than he ever was in the CT half, right? When you're the B anchor and like you're one of these 2 players that has to be holding down that B bomb site, you know, think about some of the cards they were dealt. Essentially, Boomich's entire first half went as follows. Either him and Perfecto got wrecked by utility on Astralis into a fast B play, sometimes even with players wrapping CT, or everyone died at A, and so they saved. And that was basically the extent of what these players got to experience early on. Well, now, you know, he's got a little bit more room to try and open up, to try and flex a bit. Plus, you don't need Boomich dropping like 20 kills in a map, you know, like really just kind of doing the bare minimum is where you need him. But you just want to dig out his individual performance a bit so then he can try and focus on actually leading the team and not sat there in his own head going, man, I'm losing so many of these fights. You know, like that's what you're going to be focusing on as opposed to the grand scheme, the big picture. And I think, you know, the better we see him do, the better the cooling becomes, the more chances Na'Vi have. And Perfecto's actually been one hell of a teammate here. He just threw his AK over to Boomich. He's taken the FAMAS.
Nice guy.
Perfecto is consistently doing that. You can tell that, like, the relationship between these two, right? They play in bomb sites together a lot. We've seen him trying to set Boomich up more and more. You can tell Perfecto is being, like, this kind of psychologist for Boomich in a sense, right? Like, trying to dig him out of this little hole.
Although Boomich buried in Banana, put to 10 by the spray through the smoke.
That'll be the FAMAS back then. Yeah. Like a boomerang.
Oh, dear. Yeah, last round was a bonus for Astralis. It felt a bit weird that Glaive would just like push into top B with no flash. Like they had util on the B side to set him up. He kind of just went in dry, gets punished. Zip is caught in the open. So a bit of a throwaway round for Astralis, but it's fine. They've got big guns here. They've got those M4s out on 3. So chance to bite right back into the CT side. Double arch. Magisk towards the pit. Held strong at the pistol as well. It's already a good sign of things to come. Electronic taking out middle. Smoke on Arch coming down from both sides. No one wants this battle. Astralis trying to stall it out as long as they can. Dupree looking into the wall to dodge a flash as Device draws them in, hoping they won't check close. It's a nice little bait and switch with the SMG. Na'Vi look like they want to get into this archway, but with players backing out from the B bomb site, it's not going to be that CT spawn split, just a full commitment to A. Again, very late on the clock as Na'Vi like to leave it 30 seconds as they line up the flash and smoke.
Device is smoked off. He's going to try and flash himself through to help out Dupree. However, that's offered him up to Electronic, and now we look at Magis down in the pit to try and put up this hold, to try and be that last man remaining. And my, oh my, he is fighting to the final breath.